I said if he won the presidency, I'll leave Nigeria on exile. So let me clear that up. For him to have won, the people would have had to have voted for him. We didn't vote for him. He stole the presidency. Yakubu and INEC sold him the presidency. The presidency is not an expression of the people's will. It is an expression of the debauchery of INEC and the height of our judicial corruption. He did not win the presidency. If I had left, I would have been sanitizing and deodorizing a skunk. If nothing else, I rise and fall by my word. And when I said that I would live on exile if this man won, it was so that people will know that I do not believe Nigerians to be depraved enough to be possessed of the idiocy to vote somebody like him into power. And they did not. Anybody who prefers to delude themselves can continue to delude themselves, but Tinubu knows, INEC knows, the judiciary knows, and so do a lot of Nigerians, that Tinubu did not win the presidency. He stole it. So I'm not leaving because he did not win. It's that simple. That I'm still here is in rebuke of him. It actually cost me a lot more to stay here. It's not just the multiple level of danger that I face on a daily basis by remaining in Nigeria. Because if they will be planning my murder 3 years ago when they were not in power, one of his goons in Lagos State was the one sat at the head of the plot to kill me. They are the ones in power now. Ordinarily, I should run now. But I'm here. I am here because he did not win. He knows it. And every man and his dog in Lagos State knows it. He was beaten resoundingly in Lagos on the 25th of February. He couldn't even make 15% in Lagos. Segun Agbaje, the INEC commissioner in Lagos State, cannot produce the Form EC8A for Lagos State up till today. I was the person who was charged by the Obi legal team to collect the election material from INEC. He could not, up until today, INEC in Lagos State cannot give us the Form EC8A, which is the polling unit level result. Because they know he lost. He lost woefully. He was thoroughly rejected across the length and breadth of the state that he has held hostage. For 24 years, as at that time, he lost. So how much more the other parts of Nigeria? Let them continue fooling themselves. He has snatched it, grabbed it, but he can't run with it. And that's why we are all in the mess that we are in today. So yeah, if he had won, if Nigerians had been foolish enough to have voted for him, I would have left. It wouldn't be because of him. It would be out of protest that I could be stuck with such evil people who would have found the grace to vote for somebody like him. But as I have said, they did not vote for him. They rejected him. He has forced himself on us. And we can't do much about that.
Fresh facts are emerging that the arrest and detention of Dele Farotimi is not just based on defamation of character. They are using the defamation of character to divert the attention of the people from the real reason why Dele Farotimi was kidnapped and detained. Dr. Mo is saying that Dele Farotimi was arrested by Bola Ahmed Tinubu for asking for electoral reforms. He put this on his official X account and he said, using allegations of defamation of character as a pretext to adopt and detain Dele Farotimi is a calculated attempt to divert attention from the critical national issue. Mr. Dele Farotimi boldly declared December 3rd as a day to initiate a civic strategy against the oppressive policies of a tyrannical government that has systematically silenced dissent and undermined democracy. His detention on the very same day underscores the symbolism of this date and the length to which the government will go to stifle voices of resistance. Dr. Mo further held a Twitter space where he explained that Dele Farotimi is forming a movement, an alliance, where Nigerians will protest and call for electoral reforms in this country. This form of protest is one that will not involve Nigerians going on the street to face police brutality or be shot or killed by the Nigerian police. This is a form of protest where every Nigerian will stay at home. They won't go to work, This will cripple the economy and force the government to give them good electoral laws that will ensure that we conduct transparent and fair election in this country. You all know that Dele Farotimi has been a vocal critic to this government. He has been a vocal critic to bad government. He has been a vocal critic to the last election. The way and manner at which the last election was conducted is one that every mini Nigerian ought to condemn. So it's not surprising the way and manner at which he was adopted and detained. The way he was hurriedly judged and detained shows that there is a superior hand that is behind his arrest and detention. You all know that the government will go to any length to destroy any dissenting voice against bad administration in this country. Let us listen to Dr. Mo as he explains everything.
Of the worst subjugation, suppression, and depression, in Nigeria's history by leaders who have turned rogues and become relics of some sort, who are just bent over heel to ensure that they crush the spirit of Nigerians against all odds. And like she rightly said, the game is not about defamation of character. This is not the first time. If there is anybody in the history of our nation, dead or alive, who has insulted and spoken, evil, whether right or rightly or wrongly, against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is his current spokesperson who he has, ordered to work for him. And so we understand exactly what the stakes are. And my admonition is that we have to get ready, because even by holding this space tomorrow, you could hear that Dr. Mo has been picked. You have to be ready. And I remember when we marched on the street, immediately after the 2023 general election, even though we're just a few hundreds of people every day for over 23 days. I said, if I am gone down, you have to move. And what Dele is taking today, we'll do everything. People have come to the point that, yes, we will not be able to come out. They better get ready to just kill each and every one of us, because in any case, this is not even life that we're living. And let history bear it, because it is the guts and blood and sweat of founding fathers. It's upon their fearlessness and their objectivity and decisiveness that countries like America, like Britain, like all the nations of the earth, like India, like Mahatma Gandhi, who refused to eat until he became a pack of bones, like Mandela, who spent not 23 months and days and weeks, but years in prison. If this regime has become such a tyrannical regime that wants to crush everybody, then we better die now, for the souls of people who will, upon the death, upon our blood, will rise up to build a nation where people can live freely and speak freely. If you check up Dele Farotimi's handle, what you see there is a victim of a nation that is not born. Nigeria has not been born yet, and that is why people die for their ethnic agendas. If you want people to die for Yoruba cause today, they will come out. If you want people to die for Igbo cause today, they will come out. If you want people to die for Fulani, for Hausa, for Tiv, for Idoma, for Birom cause, you will find people. But where are those who are ready to die for cause of Nigeria? Dele Farotimi is not a Yoruba man. He's a Nigerian. He dared every consequences against all odds. He speaks not for a man, but for a Nigeria that is not born. We're here today, connected by the blood of our shared unborn nation. And if you're listening, you better listen real good, because what connects us here is not tribe. What connects us here is not religion. And we have to reaffirm and re-educate and reorientate and keep releasing these words for each and every one of us to understand that we will continue to speak this truth and this power until it becomes evident in every living soul. And so if you're here today and you're a bigot listening to this, it is you we're speaking to, because we're here fighting for your soul. We're not here fighting for any tribe. We're not here fighting for any region. We're not here speaking for any religion. We're here talking about a Nigeria that has not been born, a Nigeria that has not had. We've had Buhari. Buhari was a northern president. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a Yoruba president. We're not looking for an Igbo presidency. We're not looking for a tribal president. We're not looking for a police that is there for just the social elites and class of people who have money, so that when you are slapped today, you cannot go to a police station and find justice. We're not asking for a courtroom that is there that can be bought. That's not what we're asking for. We're not asking for old people who have lost their minds, like some of the laureates who can only fight for their tribe and for their ethnic leanings, who only understand their class. No, that's not what we're here for. We're fighting for a Nigeria that has not been born, represented, epitomized by Dele Farotimi. That's why we're here. And for that cause we will speak. For that cause we will march. For that cause we will live. And this is why we're here today. We're here because our nation is not born yet. Yes, we have the Igbo nation, we have Yoruba nation, we have Tiv nation, we have all our beautiful different ethnic nationalities, but a Nigeria has not been born yet. This is why they will carry Dele Farotimi. I don't know how many of you are listening to me. What is the date of today? It is not about defamation of character. It is not about Afe Babalola. No, these are all tools and symptoms. It is not about those who are used as tools. This is about regime control. It was Dele Farotimi that came out to declare that we will use the methodology of sit at home beginning from the 3rd of December. 3rd of December. What is the date of today? What is today's date? You think this is coincidence? This was the day he declared for the sit at home. And because they knew that they have stopped us from protesting, they have stopped every kind of thing. Now we don't have elections anymore in Nigeria. From Kogi to Ondo State to Edo, there is no more election. To Imo State, there are no elections. There are no state elections. All you have right now is grab and run away. Snatch and run away. If you're listening to me, wake up and understand what is going on. No human being on the face of the earth, including Donald Trump, president in waiting of the United States of America, that has not been insulted, defamed, and abused. Go and look at Mr. Peter Obi's tweets right now. He said, I've been lied about every day and against. Defend every day by useless, lawless, infused, diffused, infected agent, paid agent, constantly, every day, every living day. It is not about defamation of character. It is about today, the 3rd of December, whom Dele Farotimi declared that we will begin to test the sit-at-home methodology, which is one of the most ancient method, because when they beat you and kill you and ensure you cannot protest, when they ensure you cannot write, when they ensure you cannot speak, when they ensure you cannot do any other thing, there is one more ancient method that has worked. He worked with Martin Luther. He worked with what's the name of this guy in the father of modern India? He worked with him.